Hello friends, so today here in this lecture we are going to learn we are going to solve the exercise 4.3 of Algebra Standard 10th, which is financial planning, and we are going to solve its third exercise, which is 4.3. So basically it contains questions related to shares and some questions revolving around the shares only. So in the last lecture, which I had properly dedicated to the shares, in that I had told you something about shareholder and dividend, etc., and that only today we are gonna learn in this lecture. Means we are gonna put it and bring out conclusions. So but before that, we'll learn 3 points related to this exercise. So let's begin. So the very first point is, if market value is equal to face value. See, I have written MV for market value and FV for face value. So if market value is equal to face value, then the share is at par. Par means equal. So if market value is equal to face value, then the share is at par. And if market value is more than face value, then the share is at premium. See, if market value is more than face value, means if the company is in profit, then the share is at premium. And if market value is less than face value, which means that the company is in loss, then the share is at a discount. So hope you understood this. Let us begin with the very first question of this exercise, which is in front of you. It is, complete the following table by writing suitable numbers and words. So we have got a table. This is just this much is the question which is given in your textbook, but I have solved it to the whole. So first we have face value is ₹100, share is at par. So market value will be, so face value is ₹100, the share is at par. Therefore market value is equal to face value, therefore market value is ₹100. Up, we understood that if market value is equal to face value, then only the share is said to be at par. So now we'll solve the next one, which is face value is not given. We are given that the share is at a premium of ₹500 and the market value is ₹575. So what I told you is that if market value is more than face value, then the share is at premium, and here premium ₹500. So we can there's a formula which says that if a share is at premium, then market value minus the premium equals to face value. So a market value, that is 575, minus premium ₹500 is ₹75. Now we'll solve the third one, which is face value is ₹10, market value is ₹5. Now we have to find that the share is at, see, we saw that the face value is more than the market value, hence we get to a conclusion that the share is at discount. But discount of how much? ₹5, ₹10. So we'll subtract face value from market value in order to get a discount. So 10 minus 5 is ₹5. So we get to conclusion that the share is at a discount of ₹5. Now we are going to solve the second question, which is, Mr. Anmol purchased 50 shares of face value ₹100 when the market value of the share was ₹80, which means that the face value of the shares is ₹100, and when Mr. Amol purchased it, its market value was ₹80, which means at a discount of ₹20. Company had given 20% dividend. Find the rate of return of investment. So now we'll bring up a summary of all the details given in the question. So we get that number of shares is 50, face value 100, market value 80, and rate of dividend 20. Now we have to find the rate of return. So what we'll do for the very first time is, dividend is always paid on the face value by the company. I had already told you at the beginning of the second last session. So it is said that dividend on one share is face value into rate of dividend equals to face value is ₹100. So and rate of dividend is 20%, and we can write 20% as 20 upon 100. So 0 will get cancelled, and we'll get that dividend on one share is ₹20. So dividend on 50 shares would be dividend into number of shares equals to 20 into 50, which is nothing but ₹1000. Now we'll see the amount invested by Mr. Amul. It is market value into number of shares, which is 80 into 50, which is rupees 4,000. And after this we are going to find the rate of return, which is dividend upon amount invested into rupees 100. See, this is a very important formula. There's a need for you all to learn this. So it says the rate of return equals to dividend upon amount invested into 100. So we got dividend rupees 1000. We had invested an amount of rupees 4,000 and we multiplied by 100. We get 1000 upon 4,000 into 100. 0 will cancel. We'll get 100 upon 4, which is 25% rate of return. Now we'll solve the next question. So here in this question what we are given is Shri Shantilal has purchased 150 shares of face value rupees 100 for market value rupees 120. Company has paid a dividend at rupees 7%. Find the rate of return on his investment. So we will bring out a summary of all the details given above. We get number of shares is 150, face value rupees 100, market value rupees 120, and the rate of dividend is 7%. Now we have to find the rate of return. So again, first of we'll divide it into three parts. First one is dividend on one share, second dividend on 150 share, and third one is amount invested, and then we'll take out the rate of return. So dividend on one share is face value into rate of dividend, that is 100 into 7 upon 100, that is rupees 7. You will ask how 7 upon 100, then this 7% we can write as 7 upon 100. Dividend on 150 shares is dividend into number of shares equals to 7 into 150, which is nothing but rupees 1050. Now we'll see the amount invested. Amount invested is market value into number of shares, which is 120 into 150, which is 18,000 rupees. Now we'll find the rate of return. So rate of return is dividend upon amount invested into 100, the formula which I said asked you to learn. It is 1050 upon 18,000 into 100. 0 will get cancelled. We will get 105 upon 18, and when we'll simplify, we'll get the answer as 5.84%, or we can also write it as 5.8%. As if we'll round it off, we'll get 5.8%. Now we'll solve the third question of Joseph. So here what we are getting is the question which says that Joseph purchased following shares, find his total investment. Company A 200 shares, face value rupees 2, premium rupees 18. Company B 45 shares, market value rupees 500. Company C 1 share, market value rupees 10,450. Now we will divide it into three parts and then solve it randomly. First one, company A, number of shares 200, face value rupees 2, and premium rupees 18. So what do you think it will be its market value? I'll give you a 2 seconds time, find it out. So its market value will be face value plus premium, which is rupees 2 plus 18. Therefore its market value will be rupees 20. So amount invested equals to market value into number of shares, which is rupees 20 into 200, which is rupees 4,000. Now we'll find the company B's. It will be number of share equals to 45, market value rupees 500. So its market value equals to face value plus premium. Therefore amount invested equals to market value into number of share, which is 500 into 45. I have here start this formula because you need to learn this. It is also very important. So what we'll get is rupees 22,500. And in company C, he had invested rupees 10,540 as he bought just a single share of it. Now we'll see the total amount invested by Joseph. It is 4,000 plus 22,500 plus 10,540. This one in company A, this one in company B, and this one in company C. Its total is rupees 37,040. Now next question which I am taking is the fourth one, which says that Shrimati Deshpande purchased shares of of face value rupees 5 at a premium of rupees 20. How many shares will she will get rupees 20,000? Means first of all we'll put in the summary which says that face value equals to rupees 5, premium rupees 20, amount invested rupees 20,000. So number of shares we have to find. So we know the formula that market value equals to face value plus premium. Therefore rupees 5 plus rupees 20 equals to rupees 25. That is, the market value will be rupees 25. Now number of shares equals to amount invested upon market value. It is also a very important formula. So what we'll get is rupees 2,000 upon 25, which is rupees 80. I'll say it will not be rupees 80, it will be that 80 shares she can get for rupees 20,000. Now we'll solve the sixth question. We are skipping the fifth one as we have kept it for a special package that I'll solve in the special package wala session, so not now. So first we'll read out the question, which is that if the face value of both the shares is same, then which investment out of the following is more profitable? We'll see the question. Here also company A and company B. Here it is given that company A gives a dividend of 16% whose market value is rupees 80. Company B dividend of 20%, market value 120. So which one will be profitable? We'll say that let the face value of share of both the companies be rupees 100. We have not been given the face value, so we'll consider it to be rupees 100. For company A, face value equals to rupees 100, rate of dividend 16%, and market value rupees 80. Therefore dividend equals to face value into rate of dividend. Face value equals to 100 rupees and rate of dividend equals to 16 upon 100. So we'll get rupees 16 as dividend. Therefore rate of return will be dividend upon sum investment into 100. It will be 16 upon 80 into 100 as we put in the values, and we'll get it as 20% rate of return. Now we'll find of company B. It is face value rupees 100 and rate of dividend 20%. Market value rupees 120. Dividend equals to face value into rate of dividend, which is 100 into 20 upon 100, in which we get rupees 20. Rate of return we'll find by putting in the formula of dividend upon sum invested into 100. We'll put in the values that 20 upon 120 into 100. We'll shorten them up and we'll get we'll come to a conclusion of 50 upon 3, which is 16.67%. So investment in company A is more profitable as compared to in company B. Now we have solved almost all the question of the practice set 4.3. Now we'll be concluding our session, but before that I would like to give you a formula which will come in use in the next exercise. That is this one: purchase price equals to market value plus brokerage plus GST, and sale price equals to market value minus brokerage minus GST. This formula you need to learn in order to understand the practice set 4.4. It is very important, and I'll give you a shortcut to understand this, which is P. You see PP, which is purchase price. So here plus, and here S, which means subtract. So therefore here minus. So these are the few tricks through which you can learn. So hope you learn. So do like this video, share with your family and friends, and also subscribe the channel, and also comment below your doubts so that we can solve them up. And thanks for watching. Thank you and bye bye.